Hey mamas, my name is Tenn-Lai and welcome to my channel. Let's talk about milk supply. Now, I was told by a doctor that I would not be able to produce milk or produce enough milk for my baby. I did not want to believe that, so I did some research and did everything I could to ensure that I would have enough milk for my baby. Now, I don't know if I was going to be an oversupplier from the start. Who knows? But I did not want to believe that I wouldn't be able to do it. Whether you want to breastfeed or if you want to pump, so exclusively pumping and feed your baby via bottle, breast milk, totally up to you. I'm going to give you some tips that hopefully will help you as well. Based on the circumstances that we had in the hospital, for the first couple days, he was on formula. For a checkup for my son, she was asking me if I was breastfeeding, and I told her no, but my goal is to do the exclusively breastfeeding. And she told me, you're not going to be able to do it because you did not do it from day one. Whatever. When I got home that day, I just happened to be engorged. Doing some research, went to the shower, got some heat on my breast, and I started pumping as soon as I got out, got that liquid gold going, and that was the start of my journey. There was a company that I kept seeing on Facebook called Milkymama, and I said, you know what? I don't know what my supply is going to be like. I said, let me try Milkymama. They actually have a starter pack that comes with lactation cookies, it comes with lactation drink mix, and it also comes with a herbal supplement. I absolutely love this that I actually ordered it twice. And I found that I was producing enough milk for my son, and I was even pumping at the same time. So I was nursing and I was able to pump. That's how I started my freezer stash. I was like, so this lady told me I wouldn't be able to do it, but I was able to produce a stash while exclusively breastfeeding. What I found though was that I was getting clogged ducts. I started to feel this pain in my breast when I used to have a letdown, like it would hurt when the milk was coming out of my nipples. I had certain parts of my breast that were really hurting me. Like how do I do? So I was oversupplying now. Went from not being able to what I was told I was not be able to now oversupplying. So I actually did some research. I found something called sunflower lecithin. I know there's another company out there called Legendary Milk, I believe they are. If not, then I'll correct the name and let you know what it is, but they sell it. But I actually went to a natural food store and I found the sunflower lecithin. It comes in capsules and it also comes in a liquid format. So I actually got both of them. And these have helped so much. I have not experienced a clogged duct ever since. And also, keynote, if you're nursing and you're pumping, when you're pumping, yes, you can get the clogged duct out there, but when a baby is nursing on your breast and they're sucking on that clog, you can actually feel it coming out. It is an interesting feeling, but it is so satisfying when it's finally gone. So, key thing in terms of clogged ducts. Now, anyways, so another thing that can help in producing, some people, it may actually decrease your milk supply, but in my case, when I finished with the Milkymama, I said just in case, there may be some days that my milk supply may be a little bit lower. This by Nature's Way, hopefully you can see it, actually helps. The instructions on this is to take 8 tablets one time per day or 4 tablets 2 times per day. I said I didn't want to take that many at one time. So I actually took these for about a week and I did 2 a day and it worked perfectly fine. I haven't taken them since. If I need to go back to these, then I will, but it's actually worked for me. Like I said, sometimes, especially with the Fenugreek, it doesn't work for everybody. It actually decreases, but in my case, it helped. So something to maybe look into. You can get this on Amazon. I'll put a link down below so you can go and take a look for yourself. Another thing to take note of is your breast milk is 88% water. I could be wrong in terms of percentage. I Googled it. It said 88% water. So there's some people who say, drinking enough water doesn't necessarily help your milk supply. I believe it does because there's days where I forget to drink water or I don't drink as much water as I normally do, and I can actually see the decrease in my milk supply. So for me, I'm like, do you see this jug? This is normally 2 or 3 of these a day. There's a tea called Organic Mother's Milk. It has fenugreek in there, like we were talking about from this pill capsule, and it also has fennel. Fennel and fenugreek can cause a decrease in your milk supply. For every woman it is different, but in my case it worked. So they say, you know, you can have 2 to 3 cups a day, because if you do one, you're not going to really see a difference, and it takes a couple days to see the change in your milk supply. So these are things that have helped me. I only pump twice a day, exclusively breastfeeding my son, but I pump the extra milk out. Another big thing to help is power pumping. I'll do a separate video on just how to pump in general, but power pumping actually helps you increase your milk supply, because it's now telling your breast, make more milk for my baby. Pump for 20, rest for 10, pump for another 10, rest for 10, and the last 10 minutes is your pumping. And that's a full hour of pumping. So a power pump hour. And they say normally to do that for 3 days, and it works. I promise you it will work. There are many ways to help you increase your milk supply. Do your research, trial and error. What may work for me doesn't necessarily work for you. I am not a lactation consultant. I am not a nurse. I can only speak on things that's worked for me. And one thing that I will tell you is, do not let anybody tell you that you cannot breastfeed, whether directly on your breast or pumping, because pumping and giving your child breast milk in a bottle is still breastfeeding. So whether you decide to pump or to nurse your baby, you can do it. Trial and error, there's steps that you may have to take in order to help you produce enough milk, but it is worth it. If your choice is not to introduce formula from the very start, I would recommend you start using some of these supplements. Start these early. I would even say as soon as you get out of the hospital to start it. Whether it's the Milkymama or anything that I've talked about, the earlier you start it, the better it may be for you and your baby. So you don't have to go through periods of low milk supply. So speak life into your breast, speak life into your milk supply, and you can do it. As long as you're determined, I believe that you can do it. If you're struggling with anything and you have any questions, again, I'm not a nurse and I'm not a doctor, and I can help or provide you with any more information or recommendations, reach out to me and I will give you as much information that I can. Again, these are things that have helped me that may help you as well. All right? Thank you for tuning in. I hope this information was useful to you. Leave a comment down below and give us a thumbs up if you love this video. All right. Have a good one, mamas. Bye.